Let's start for just a moment, and we'll do a little mantra. So this mantra is just to so that our time together may bring light to our consciousness. And just close the eyes and take a moment and collect all your energy. Bring it all back around you. Om Sato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then gently open the eyes. Today I'm going to share a little bit about why we created Hale Pule Ayurveda and Yoga and why we created the trainings. And you'll learn one key thing about being a successful Ayurvedic health counselor. And then we're going to cover 3 skill sets that you need to guide people to heal in any situation. Why I founded Hale Pule Ayurveda and Yoga was because I wanted to find a way that it was easy for people to learn about Ayurveda. When I started, it was a very foreign word. And it just seemed really far out there to people. I moved to Hawaii in 1999, and I started Hale Pule at that time. I wanted a way to share Ayurveda and yoga with people. And so I started doing that actually with people coming and living with me. And then I started having students and clients who wanted to learn more. And also I had there were at that time 2 places in the United States that you could learn about it other than just learning from individuals. And the graduates of those programs were coming to me, asking me about getting practical experience because they weren't getting any in their programs. And so those are the things that inspired me to go ahead and put these programs, these trainings together. And there's a couple of things too that has happened, which is that we look at Ayurveda in a holistic manner because that's what it is. It's the science of living. And a lot of the schools have taken away the spiritual component for various reasons. And with that then goes the loss of the holistic approach. And part of this happened because in India, it used to be that you became a Vaidya or a master of Ayurveda by studying with a Vaidya, or by usually living with them or being with them on a regular basis. And so then at one point then it became schools and part of the education system in India. And with that came the requirement to go through Western medicine first. And then you could specialize in Ayurveda. And so with that, then this holistic approach is getting lost. And that is also probably the other reason that we could say that the spiritual component has been taken out by many people. So just in response to this, I decided to do this program. I wanted people to be able to go deeper with their personal experience. And I also wanted them to be able to feel comfortable to find a way to work individually with people. And the 600-hour training then is for people who want to work more one-on-one, who want to reverse the disease process and work more deeply. The spiritual component then is an essential part of our trainings. It has to do with our connection to nature and our connection to ourselves. In fact, a lot of the students say that the spiritual approach is what they appreciate most about learning from Hale Pule. And for us, it's just a part of what you study. It's the foundation of everything that we learn. Our students can feel the power of it and the potency of the approach to self-healing, and many times with their experience with themselves first, of course. And some of you have had that experience. This sense of being able to heal is something that's really lacking in a lot of people's lives today. So the holistic approach to healing means that we teach our students how everything is connected and how to assess a situation from multiple perspectives, but really to be able to stand back from it and see the whole view, and how to connect the dots, you could say, within themselves and looking at a client, so that connection within ourselves helps us be able to do that with other people. And so Ayurvedic health counselors are people who have a desire to uplift others. Someone that has a sense of being a self-healer, that has interest and desire to become connected to nature. And I don't mean you have to live in the woods. I just mean that to really have a sense and that feeling, because we all have it. It's just that we've been trained away from it. And there's no shortage of potential clients out there if you look around. And also it's someone who knows that there's more to life than what we've been taught in school or shown in the media. And then you might also be aware that the mainstream healthcare approach has some serious limitations. The other thing too that this requires is just that desire to live, that not only desire, but readiness to live in a way that's authentic to your own values. In order to be a successful health counselor, you need to be willing to learn to unlearn, to be willing to begin to think from a holistic perspective. And it takes practice. I've been practicing it for a long time. I was in the medical field previously, and my whole life had been based on modern science. It's an unlearning over time. It requires that we let go of what we think we know. And it doesn't mean that we wipe it out. It just means that we've opened the door to a different way. In the Western world, we're taught to analyze everything, every little detail, and to take it apart in order to get the right answer. And to put those things together in a linear way and sort of put it in a box. A plus B equals C. And that's one answer, and that it applies to everybody. And rather than stepping back and looking at the total picture, looking at how things are interconnected and how everything is affecting everything else. The human being is a dynamic system where everything affects everything else. And that's where we talk about the holistic approach. So to practice and share Ayurveda requires that you retrain your mind and learn to think in a different way. Now, I just want to say there for a moment, if you think, oh my gosh, I've been away from education for a long time, and that's actually probably helpful because that's because we want to unlearn some of those patterns. And so that's what we guide you to do in the training. And it's actually a challenge for a lot of people because who are used to thinking in a linear way, and also and resisting change. Sometimes we get these things, we get this information, we think I've got it, no problem, and then I put that aside, and I can call on it when I want to. And if you approach the training from that perspective, it'll be frustrating. It can be really frustrating, and we get that feeling of somebody just give me the right answer. But the process of unlearning the linear approach and coming into this holistic way of thinking is really a big part of our own personal growth. And this is the type of personal growth that our students experience in the program. It's really an expansion, I say an expansion of their worldview, but it's also an expansion of our view of ourselves, of humanity.